Hey guys, I'm back. This is still Wednesday. I'm still dressed the same, obviously. We're going to go ahead and go further from the SurveyMonkey questions now. So if you haven't watched the videos for the SurveyMonkey questions, there's 3 videos. Part 1 is where I do questions 1 through 4. Part 2, I do questions 5 through 8. And part 3, I do questions 8, 9, and 10. Or 9 and 10, something like that. Anyway, just watch them. Go do the problems with me in the video. Pause it, rewind it, rewatch it. But those 10 questions, you have no reason why you can't get your SurveyMonkey questions done now. Okay? So I expect everybody to have their 10 SurveyMonkey questions done by the end of today. Or at least by end of first thing in the morning Friday. But you have no reason. Please do the questions on your own though. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over some word problems. These are from chapter 3 in the textbook. I'm doing pages 90 and 91. And now again, my textbook might be a little bit different. I don't think it is. I think it's the same version as yours. I'm going to be doing problem 3.3-52 through 3-60. Okay? So these are word problems, and they're the first set of 4 is what it's called. Okay? And these are about percents. So let's get started. So again, pages 90 through 91 in the math textbook. No other textbook, not accounting, the math textbook. All right. So the problem is 3-52. At a local Dunkin' Donuts, a survey showed that out of 1,200 customers eating lunch, 240 ordered coffee and with their meal. What percent of customers ordered the coffee? All right, so let's see what information we have and what information we need. So we do know that there are 1,200 customers. That's the same thing as saying 1,200. We do know that 240 ordered coffee. They want to know what percent of customers ordered the coffee. So we know it's a percent, right? So what do we put down here? If you said 100, you said correct. And then this is the variable. And again, you don't have to put an X there. You can put a smiley face. You can put a question mark, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is the variable. This is the question here. Okay? All right. So, once again, what's the formula? What's the first step? If you said, what numbers cross each other? Remember what I said that's cattywampus or kitty corner? They get multiplied. Now, do I need my calculator to multiply this? No, because I can just take that 240 and do what? Add the 2 zeros to it. So 24,000. And then what do? The second step, you divide by the remaining number. Which number did I not use? This one, right? So divide by 1,200 here. So 240, 24,000 divided by 12,000 equals. So the answer is, you've done it with me, 20. So the answer is 20% of the customers that bought donuts ordered coffee. Okay? So that's the answer to 3-52, the first word problem. Okay? All right. I'm going to save that 20% because we're going to need it. All right. 3-53 is the next problem. All right. It wants to know what percent of customers in problem 3-52 did not order coffee. Well, I'm going to show you two ways to do this. There's an easy way, and then there's the hard way. The easy way is, if 20% of them ordered coffee, how many percent did not order coffee? Right? 80, obviously, because this must equal 100%. That's the whole. But I'm going to show you the hard way of doing it, because we don't learn by doing things easy, do we? No, we don't. No, we don't. All right, so let's do the hard way. So, 1,200 customers, right? We had 1,200 customers. How many ordered coffee? 240. So now what we have to do is we have to figure out how many did not order coffee. So you take that 1,200 minus 240 equals 960. So 960 over 1,200, that's how many did not order coffee. This is how many customers they had. They want to know what percent. Now, we already know the answer, but that's okay. We're going to still do it. What two numbers cross each other? Add the two zeros, right? And divide by 1,200. You could actually do this without taking off the zeros and then putting the zeros back. But, I'm sorry, it's sloppy. Let me do it neatly. So you take the and divide by 1,200. All right. So you could actually just take 960 and 12, but that's okay. Just do it the regular way. If it's not, so I don't want to confuse you. 960, 1, 2, divide by 1,200 equals. And guess what it equals? Wonder what this is going to be. 80. Just like we did the easy way, 80% did not order coffee. Okay. But we do things the hard way because that's how we learn. All right. Next one. Next one is 3-54. And it wants to know in January 2017, gas was selling at $2.05 a gallon. 0.05 a gallon. This was $1.20 cheaper than the year before. What was the percent decrease? Round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so we need to figure out what percent decreased. Well, it's $1.20 cheaper, right? Okay, so we need to figure out what it was yesterday. So we do that by adding. So yesterday it was $3.25. All right, so today it's $2.05, right? So $2.05, $3.25. What percent? What's the percent? Okay? So 205 times 100, just move that decimal point over. 205, right? Anytime you times by 100, you just take the decimal 1, 2. Or you can do it the hard way and put it in your calculator. 205 times 100, and it's going to give you the same thing. And then we're going to divide by what? 325. All right, so 205 divided by 305 equals 67.213114.8. Now, we're not going to use all these numbers, are we? No, we're going to round it down. So this number is less than 5. So what do we do with it? We wipe it. All right, so we know that the 205 is 67.21% cheaper. But that's not what they want to know. They want to know how much cheaper, what's the percent. So what do we do then? Minus 67.21. 100 minus 67.21 equals, it is 32.79% cheaper. We got that. Rewind it, do it back with me if you need to. Okay? So we need to figure out what is the difference between today and yesterday, which is 325. Then we figured out what percent is 205 of 325, right? And then we need to figure out, we figured that was the 67.21%. But we need to find out how much cheaper it is, not what percent of it is. So it is 32.79%, because I took that out of 100. Okay? All right. That one was a little bit more complicated. Okay, now we're going to do 3-55. This is still on page 90, at least on my book. Again, it might be on yours different, but look for 3-55. All right, Wally Chen, owner of ExxonMobil station, bought a used Ford truck, paying $2,000. Okay, as a down payment. He still owes 80% of the selling price. What was the selling price of the truck? Well, what information do we know? We know that he still owes 80%, which means when he paid this $2,000, he paid what percent? If he still owes 80%, then he paid 20%. Okay? So what we need to know then is 2,000 is 20% of what? That would be the selling price. Okay, cross multiply and divide. 2,000 times 100. Divide by what's left? 20. And so simple. The selling price would be $10,000. So he paid 20%. The selling price was $10,000. He still owes $8,000, which would be 80%. Okay? All right, we're going to take a break from here.